What's up, guys? The Lazy Goldmaker here with another video on my road to 100 million. And we're back home today. Back home. As you can see, my beautiful face lit up by a proper lighting setup. So yeah, vacation time is over, but the week that we're gonna look at is still mostly when I was on vacation. Honestly, like, been back like 1.5 days. And going forward, I won't be able to, I won't be streaming full time as I was before the summer. This is now back to back to something I do in my spare time for a while, but hopefully we can push this to full time real soon. I'll have another video and a blog post specifically about my my plans. We'll not go too much into that. We'll go into the gold making results instead. So let's take a look at well, we're gonna take a look at the numbers. So first things first, for the discerning viewer, this number is a lot smaller than it was last week. 6.3 versus 12 million in sales last week. And I think it's primarily because I was slacking a lot more with reposting and recrafting legendaries this week. I was probably sold out for a very long time, particularly tailoring and some other items, because my my vacation got a lot more filled with stuff the last week. So I just didn't have time to recraft as much as I've had earlier in the summer, and that's going to take its toll on the numbers. Legendaries are still selling absolutely super fast on Draenor. It's more just like my ability or choice not to prioritize it, I should say, as much this week, which led to a dip in sales. That's what it is. It's not a huge deal. Obviously, that also meant that we didn't really make much gold. In fact, we didn't make gold on Draenor. But this tells a little bit of a lie, because I did just buy a bunch of more Korthite crystals just before, like, recording, like yesterday, before I recorded the amount of gold I currently have on Draenor. So it does look a little bit worse than it actually is. I mean, just those Korthite crystals alone is like 1.5 million in profit that I haven't realized yet. So we'll see. I've got a bunch of new legendaries going out onto the auction house today after spending gold, or with the materials that I've just spent before that. So we do have a bunch of new stuff on the auction house for sale, which is going to help us out a lot, obviously. The other high point, obviously, you can see that Shatar had a really big week. As usual, it was just one repost on my other off realms. Ravencrest, one of my materials realms, was really bad. Twisting Nether is starting to look pretty good. I need to reinvest some gold here soon. Probably want to do that on Ravencrest as well. The battle pets, well, we had a big battle pet sale. I sold, I think it was an Eye of the Legion that sold for 350k, 360k on the Shatar, which is where this big number is coming from. So that happens every once in a blue moon, and it helps make that market worth it. So yeah, outside of that, not so much. I think this just vindicates the fact that I'm spending as little time as possible on these realms right now. And for the foreseeable future, I think it's just like way more valuable to make this number bigger than anything else. So that's what we'll keep doing. Now, let's take a look at the in-game numbers. As you can see, I have some legendaries coming in. And last week, when I was recording this on my cabin, or on the family cabin, I completely forgot to show you the ledger. So we'll take a look at the last 14 days, and not just the last 7 days. So we'll take a look at the last 14 days first, and then the last 7 days. So if you look at this is always something I like to show. The most expensive sales over the last 14 days. Why is everything from the last 5 days? I don't understand. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. My sales last week, I collected sales on my on my other computer, on my laptop, so we're not going to see anything here. Yeah, whatever. We'll just look at the last 7 days then. 5.8 million, as you can see, dominated by a bunch of legendaries. Most of the ones that are above 100k is going to be rank 5 and 6 legendaries. I think my average purchase price for Korthite crystals is in like we can check that actually. I think it's about 2.1, 2.2k, somewhere in that vicinity. But we can easily check that. Yeah, it's 2.2 2065. I actually spent 9 million on quartzite crystals so far. So that's fun. But yeah, that's where that is. So that means that my vestiges are somewhere in the 90k gold range. 90 to 190k ish for vestiges for the most part, and then the rest of the cost is just the cost of the base item. So obviously I've bought a bunch of different stuff, which isn't that important. There's definitely still huge opportunities to reset. Like, I actually did it just earlier today. These Grim-Veiled Mittens, I was actually getting one for a legendary on my Warlock, and I was like, wait, there's 3 rank 4 Grim-Veiled Mittens on the auction house, and they're selling for 15k. I'm like, yeah, okay, so this one is a free reset. Just buy all 3. 45k, and if I sell a single one, I'll have made a profit. I'll probably be able to unload them all at a profit, to be honest. So definitely seeing that a lot in the legendary market, where any specific rank, suddenly the auction house will run out, and boom, prices up, and we can profit from that very much. So that's nice. I've not been unloading enough of my chain dial gear. I've stopped doing Crafters Mark 3 just because I don't even have time to craft chain dial gear, and chain dial gear is obviously a lot more valuable. I do want to craft more of that. I've just been trying to like process all of the gems, because I'm with how fast the legendaries are selling, the jewel crafting legendaries are selling. My gem stockpile just keeps growing because I keep prospecting more ore to fund the essences needed. So luckily, the crafter's mark of the chain dial for jewel crafting is a great way to get rid of gems. So I've just been doing that. And I have a bunch of chain dial gear. I probably have... whenever I repost, I sell a bunch. Sell like probably half the rings and necklaces, which is what I've been prioritizing. Just because I haven't spent that much time on it. Definitely want to spend more time crafting more of the other stuff as well. And my jewel crafter blacksmithing is definitely going to be the focal point. I don't think I'll spend as much time crafting the crafter's mark gear for my leatherworking tailor, simply due to the fact that I don't my time is limited, and I just have so many gems that I need to get rid of. So doing it on a jewel crafter, it's super high value, just to free up bag space and utilize the gems in the most profitable method, whereas it's just a lot of extra time to do it on my tailoring leatherworker, and my tailoring leatherworker is on my second account, which is the one I also use to craft enchanted materials. And crafting enough enchanted materials to keep up with the insane demand for rank 4, 5, and 6 legendaries is almost a full-time job by itself. Like, I can barely keep on top of that. So I've been prioritizing just that as a better split of how my crafters are and how my accounts are set up. If you do have time, then definitely go for the Crafter's Mark of 3 Crafter's Mark of the chain dial for tailoring leatherworking as well. It's I should have some sales in that direction. Yeah, there's some shallow scale stuff here. We do have some pretty interesting sales here. If you just like go to, well, not uncommon, to rare sales only, and then sort by, well, that was the wrong click. You sort by size, and you'll see that there are some, like, even 3 days ago, I sold one of them. Things the Mastery Haste combination is super popular. It's so popular and so expensive that I should get some. I should get a bunch of haste missives and just craft a bunch of this ring, selling for 28k. It's absolutely crazy. It's a crafting cost in the 5,000 gold range, 4.5, 5,000 gold, and they're selling for 28k. Absolutely booming. That's only for the top combinations, though. Most of them are more competitive, and prices in the 5 to 6k range for Crafter's Mark of the chain dial. That's still a lot of profit, particularly considering the fact that the gems are effectively free. They have a value, but the value is really low, because I don't really think you'll ever be able to sell Ori Blaze or Anger's Eye at volume to anyone, because anyone who's doing, Ori Blaze is selling for vendor price, essentially. It's worthless. They have the vendor value, so the best way to get rid of them, simply turn them into Crafter's Marks. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, definitely doing really well Still, I'm really happy. Going to be very interesting. Already have a bunch more sales coming in from today. And I expect legendaries will just keep blasting. Like, they're still the name. That's still the name of the game. There's still the best items in the game for gold making, bar none. Rank 4 for everything. I craft rank 4 of everything. I craft rank 5 and 6 for the non-sharded domination sockets. I should probably start branching out and craft more rank 6s, maybe one of each slot. Does make sense because I've heard that other gold makers had a lot of success with the off or the domination slots. That's definitely something I wanna look into, but for now I'll just be blowing in the gold. Definitely one of the most profitable. What am I think? The last 3 weeks have been the most profitable of my gold making career, bar none. I've never ever over a span of 3 weeks made 6 million gold profit. Never. So yeah, definitely we're getting there, past the 1/3 of the way mark to 100 million. And if we can keep accelerating, I do think that I should be able to make significantly more next week. My goal would be to be somewhere between these two numbers next week for Drainer, and that's the main thing to focus on. So that's what I will be focusing on, getting this number up, getting more big sales on Draenor. Hopefully we have something cool to show you there. In the meantime, guys, go craft legendaries, go craft Crafter's Mark with the chain dial, and make tons of money. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. It all really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. I love you guys actually for following me and sticking with me, and hopefully you'll be having a profitable week as well. Goodbye, guys.